Let us start talking about decimals. So we have these decimals 1.32, 1.288, 0.5, 3.4, and we want to order them in ascending order. Ascending means from least to greatest. It's like climbing up a mountain. You start from the lowest point and you go to the highest point. So to start ordering these numbers in ascending order, we need to take the smallest number. Now for decimals, it's not the same as the other numbers. We have to take each number alone and compare them. So we have a 1 here, a 1 here, 0, and 3. 0 is the least, is the smallest number. So 0.5 is our first number. 0 is the smallest number. Now 3 is bigger than 1. So we leave this for last. So now we only look at these two numbers because they have 1 and 1. They're the same. So we have to compare them. We have a 3. We have a 2. 3 is bigger. So we take the smaller number because we're going from least to greatest. So we take 1.288. Doesn't matter that this has 1, 2, 3 digits and this has 1, 2 digits. For decimals, that doesn't matter. We look at this number. 3 is bigger than 2, so this number is smaller. We go on. We have this number and this number. We already said that 3 is bigger than 1, so this number is smaller. We put it here, 1.32. And the last number is this, 3.4. So we wrote down the ascending order. Now we need to look at the descending order. The descending is the opposite. We go from greatest to least. Now, because we already have the ascending order, we don't have to compare them again. We can just read them from right to left. So 3.4, this is our greatest number. 1.32, 1.288, and 0.5. So this is our ascending order from least to greatest, and this is our descending order from greatest to least. So let's try to order these decimals in descending order. We said that descending order is from greatest to least. So we need to find the biggest number. We start from the first number, 1, 1, 1, 5. 5 is the biggest number. We go from greatest to least, and 5 is our greatest number, or the biggest number. So there's our first number. Now we look at the other digits. We have a 2, 2, 2. They're all the same, so we go on. We have 2, 2, 0. Okay, so these two numbers are bigger than this number. Why? Because here we have a 2 and here we have a 0. 2 is bigger than 0. So now we need to check which number is bigger, this number or this number. So we go on. After the 2 we get a 5 and a 7. What's bigger, 5 or 7? 7. So we put that number here, 1.227 first. Then we put this number here, so 1.225, and the last number is 1.2080. This is in descending order, which means that this is our biggest number, and this is our smallest number. Now let's try to order these decimals in ascending order, which means from least to greatest. So let's start comparing with the first number. So the number before the decimal is 0, 0, 0, 0. Here, the number before the decimal is 10, and the number before the decimal here is also 10. So, what's bigger, 10 or 0? Of course, 10 is bigger. So we leave these two for now, because we're going from least to greatest now. We need to find the smallest number. Now, we keep on going. We have a 0 after the decimal, 5, 0, and a 7. So we have a 0, 5, 0, 7. We don't need the 5 and we don't need the 7 because 0 is the smallest number. Now we're looking for the smallest number. So we leave this number and this number for later. We look at these two numbers. We have a 5 here, we have a 0, we have a 5 and a 0. Which number is smaller? Well, the 0. So this number is the smallest number, 0.005. Then we have this number, 0.05. And now we go back to these numbers. We start from the beginning. We have a 0, a 0, 10, 10. So 0, 0, 10, 10. We don't need the tens because 0 is smaller. So now we look at these numbers, these two numbers. We leave the 10 because it's big. Now we have a 5 and a 7. 5 and a 7. 5 is smaller. So we write down this number, 0.5. Then we write down this number, 0.7. And finally, we go back to these two numbers. We have a 10 and another 10. They're the same. So we look after the decimal point. This is the decimal point. We get a 2 and a 3. 2 and a 3. 2 is smaller than 3, so that's our next number. Our next number is 10.2. And our last number is 10.3. So we ordered these numbers in ascending order, which means this number is the smallest number. This number is our biggest number. So these are the questions for today. The first two problems are in ascending order, and the last two problems are in descending order. Keep in mind, ascending means from least to greatest, descending means from greatest to least. Of course, if you have any question, if you get stuck, leave a comment, and thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.